Welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show. I'm Willie Bragg. I'm glad to see you all here on this Friday night. So you got anything planned, fun for the weekend? I hope it'll be a fun party night and everything, and y'all can promote my program in at the parties or at the club or wherever you're at tonight. Socializing and all. So, once again, welcome. We have Warren here. Yo, back to you, Warren. Um, let's see. Are those images of Willie's evil siblings? I know what you're referring to. There's a mantises. All those images you see on the screen when I'm about ready to play a YouTube video. I made it in time for the first rain delay. Yep. So, and everybody says hello, including Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. How are you doing today? Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show says greetings from lower Earth orbit. And so, do we have any more people here? We'll probably have some more people. Am I streaming at a sports bar? No, I'm streaming from the spare bedroom of my house. So there you go. Hello, everyone. Hello, Snipe Hunter. So what I want to discuss is a video that caught my attention. And I saw the video. I looked at the video, and I'm triggered by the selective outrage of this person, the irony, the hypocrisy, the unaware hypocrisy of this person. Perhaps one could say, his name is Columbia War Machine. That's who he goes by. I haven't really watched too much of the channel. I've seen a few videos. He's basically a gun nut. Now, if you're a gun nut, I'm not going to hold that against you. I mean, let me put it this way. If you're a gun enthusiast, if you're a 2A absolutist, I'm not going to hold that against you per se. There are progressives who are pro 2A. If you love your guns and you're on the left, you don't have to join the National Rifles Association or Gun Owners of America and all these other right-wing groups. You can always join. You can join the Socialist Rifles Association, for example. That's what I would encourage people to do. And I don't own a firearm. It's just not me. But I am a Second Amendment absolutist. A lot of gun manufacturing companies are unionized. I don't want to see another living wage job gone, and I don't think the guns are the problem per se. This is my point of view. I think poverty is the problem. You solve the poverty, you solve the crime. That's where it comes down to. Income inequality. Solve the income equality problem. Now, while I'm a Second Amendment absolutist here in the United States, if I lived in Japan or if I lived in the UK or other countries that have, let's say, tighter gun control laws, I wouldn't go out of my way to challenge them because it works in those other countries. I just don't think it will work here. And that's all in a subject in itself and everything. But it's not his position on guns that offends me. I'm fine. The only thing that offends me about gun advocates would be some of the attitude that they will have. I'm talking about some of the right-wing attitude. Like, for example, with the NRA. If the NRA would just stick to guns ownership, that'd be fine. But they have to go make a bloody culture war out of everything. The so-called European-style socialists, as if being a European-style socialist is a bad thing. No, being a right-wing redneck asshole like Marjorie Taylor Greene is a bad thing, In fact, that's the worst thing to be. Suffice to say. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to well, let's start with a tweet, and before we get to it, because this tweet says it all right here. What I'm about to what's about to be said, and this is from Kim Iverson, and I think she said it best. And I'm going to expand the screen so you could see the actual tweet. And she said on August 27th, a few days ago, anti-woke is actually woke in the same way Antifa is actually fascist. Now, I know what she's saying about the fascist part, Antifa, what have you. I don't necessarily like her phrasing it that way because, Antifa is supposed to fight fascism. And for starters, the obsession about Antifa is irrelevant in the year 2024. Even if you were going to critique them from the left, it's still irrelevant. It's definitely irrelevant from doing it from the right. So, but just scratch that aspect of what she's trying to say about it and just look into context. What she's trying to say is that the right wing thinks that they'll go and call Antifa fascist or what have you. Well, I don't think they're fascists, but she's trying to make a comparison that the anti-woke people have become woke. That's basically what she's trying to say. They're the woke, but they're the woke in the right-wing sense. 10 years ago, it was a concern that people getting uptight over Halloween costumes. People getting uptight over Halloween costumes, and that college campuses were cracking down on students, were dressing up as certain traditional outfits that were deemed offensive or what have you, and that sort of thing. I'm sorry, people are having fun. Dressing up as an attractive Japanese geisha girl doesn't offend me. Dressing up as a Catholic priest married to a pregnant nun, it's not offensive to me, okay? Dressing up as a cowboy and dressing up as an Indian, it's not offensive to me. Dressing up as a Mexican or an Arab, it's not offensive to me. Dressing up as a white person in whatever caricature you want to make it, it's not offensive to me. You're just having fun. I don't care, okay? There's so much more at stake in our society than Halloween costumes, okay? I'm sorry. I just the whole notion of the college professor being surrounded at Yale by a bunch of self-righteous students, 10 years ago, I was just thinking, that was so dumb. I look back, I'm like, that's what you're worked up about? You worked up about fucking Halloween costumes? And so I agree with Kim Iverson in spirit in what she had to say here in this tweet. A lot of right-wingers getting upset about how sensitive people on the left are about this, that, and the other back 10 years ago. Oh, well, this, that, and the other. Oh, you're so sensitive. Why can't you just be laid back and relax? And they acted like they were the sensible ones. And they gave you that garbage style PragerU line like they're the sensible ones. But then once you get convinced to go into a right-wing direction, then they want you to start clutching those right-wing pearls at church. And they're the ones that start advocating the cancel culture. Not every conservative, I want to make this clear. This does not apply to every conservative. But a lot of right-wingers want to act like this applies to everybody who's of the left. And that's where I take issue. I knew a friend of mine from college that told me he should know better. He said, when I talked about right-wing cancel culture, he said, I don't know any conservative that advocates cancel culture. And I was just thinking to myself, they invented the damn thing. They invented cancel culture. And the left, the liberals, they pretty much picked up the tactics. I'll give you an example. The Reagan Revolution was so successful in convincing Democrats to, if you can't beat them, join them. Look what happened. The Reagan Revolution came along with their authoritarianism. Bill Clinton took the Democratic Leadership Council and Reaganized the Democratic Party. And the Christian right, the evangelical bullies of the 1980s and 1990s led way to the social justice warriors, the woke skulls and all that. Democrats under the Bush-Cheney era, a lot of them were protesting against the Bush-Cheney war, Bush-Cheney doctrine. Now they're warmongers. They're just as neocon as the neocons were 20 years ago, except they support gay marriage. That's basically what I'm saying. So, 20 years ago, they were opposing the Iraq war. And now they, back then, the right wingers are like, you don't support our president, you can go to Iraqistan. And now you have blue hair, purple hair people saying, if you don't support the war, the NATO war in the Ukraine, you can go to Russia. We live in a world that doesn't make sense. And I want to point that out. And this video is an example right here. So let me find the video and we'll talk about it. It's called Columbia War Machine. Obnoxious as hell. It's people like this. I hate the duopoly. I want to make this clear. I do not support the duopoly at all. But it's people like this guy. If there's somebody that is there a reason I don't vote Republican in particular, it's assholes like this. So we'll get started.
Harley-Davidson started in 1903 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is one of the backbone companies of America. Even saying the name Harley-Davidson makes you think of the American flag. It is patriotic. But the unthinkable has happened. They've gotten a woke CEO who's trying to do everything he can to change this company, not for the better, but for their own woke agenda. He's even moving some production to Thailand. American jobs could be lost.
Wait a minute. Weren't these right-wingers proponents of free trade through bus unions at one time? I want spoiler alert. You're not going to hear any talk about protecting unions in this video. Just want to keep that clear.
I was so disturbed by the news of this that I'm making this video today to prove a point that not everybody's going to bow down to this woke crap. The video you're about to watch is for the good of mankind. Make sure you watch the end. You will not be disappointed.
This is the kind of politically incorrect leftist I am. You think I give a shit that these two folks are wearing a helmet, not wearing a helmet? This is the kind of country we live in. We have liberals and conservatives. Conservatives will say, no health care, no free health care. And liberals will be like, okay, no free health care. But we'll make you wear a helmet. If you don't wear a helmet, you get hurt. Well, fuck off. This is the kind of country we live in. My kind of country, you don't have to wear a helmet. If you get hurt, you should be treated in the hospital for free. And somehow I'm the crazy one.
Harley-Davidson. This thing is history, and it just screams America. I used to ride a motorcycle years ago. I've been so busy with my fence company, and I recently bought a Harley because I was going to get into riding again, and then I found out the unthinkable. I mean, literally, a year ago, Ford went woke and put out a video, and I made a video about that, and it made me sick because Ford is also an American company, but now Harley did it too. Ford redeemed themselves, though. They actually bought a Navy SEAL of Raptor, which is awesome. That's the kind of stuff we need to do. Take care of our veterans. Take care of our police department. Take care of people that are Americans.
And when somebody actually tries to put out legislation to protect first responders and to go and actually put Americans first in our economies, your fat ass and your fat face call people socialists as if it is a bad thing. No, fuck you from the get-go.
Not worried about this stupid woke shit. So for all you people that don't know what DEI is, it is a thing that's going to destroy civilization as we know it. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Basically what that means is communism. They're going to put somebody in a position because of their race, gender, not because who's the most qualified for the job. That's crazy. I own a company. If I put people...
Rainbow capitalism is not communism. I mean, and I don't use the word rainbow to disparage the LGBTQ community. Okay, all right. He's talking about quotas, affirmative action, whatever. That's always been a thing for however long. So I mean, what the hell is he talking about in that regard? He just doesn't like the what he thinks are the pretty new words: DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. He doesn't like the new words. This is sort of like when the CIA were doing a makeover and trying to let everybody know how progressive they were about 3 or 4 years ago, that Ted Cruz was getting angry about it, what have you, and a lot of right-wing people wanted to see the FBI, CIA go back to being a bunch of white guys being assholes. And it was a problem when the white guys were being assholes. But here's the thing, when the CIA became obsessed with diversity and started having various ethnic groups and various sexual orientations and all that in there and being all inclusive, the multicultural CIA doing the same evil shit that the white people were doing previously is still evil. That didn't change. So I mean, what the hell is he talking about? I mean, with this DEI, I mean, all that. So anyway, we'll let him continue.
People out there that are not qualified just because they fit a certain quota, how are businesses going to be successful? How are you going to do quality work? Everything is going to collapse. It's going to start at the top, work its way down, and it will reach everyone. This will be the destruction of civilization as we know it. So this CEO, this woke piece of shit.
What a drama queen this motherfucker is.
Of civilization as we know it. So this CEO, this woke piece of shit, he's trying to turn all Harleys electric. That is insane. That's like destroying culture. That's like destroying history. This guy's trying to change things, not for the better. I promise you that. This guy's moral compass is completely just gone. This guy supports men and women's restrooms at Target. He is literally trying to put people in place, leaders that just destroy our society with their whole woke agenda, trying to destroy everything that's normal, that's right, that's Christian. I swear these woke people are run by Satan and they are evil.
Okay, woke. Please define what the fuck you mean by woke. What? The CEO said that gay people have a right to exist, that transgender people have a right to use the restroom that they want to use. I mean, is that what is bothering? Is that what getting your pussy bothered, motherfucker? Because that's what you are. You're a pussy. You're a snowflake pussy.
So this woke CEO has donated millions of dollars, all kinds of woke organizations. He needs to worry about veterans, people who have literally sacrificed for this country.
You know what? I'm more worried about veterans than you are. I am not the one that go supporting these neocon wars. I bet your fat face probably supports funding genocide in Gaza and you're probably a pro-life evangelical Christian too. You probably, but you're okay with babies being blown apart in Gaza. Let's see what else. You probably want to see the United States and Israel and NATO probably go into Iran and try to start World War III. You know, that's not being for the veterans. Your Bush Cheney policies, era policies. I know you probably don't like Bush and Cheney, but you probably will like Bush and Cheney with the Donald Trump rhetoric. I bet you that's the kind of person you are. You're that Bush Cheney faction of the MAGA movement that you think you don't like Bush and Cheney, but you do like the policies, but you like the crass nature of Trump. I know your type. 20 years ago, you were a piece of shit, and you're a piece of shit today, you asshole.
Help them out first. You want to help out some other stuff? That's fine. Give more of your money to where it counts, though. People that actually care, that have helped build America. This is American. This is normal. This is what should be happening. So a lot of people are saying, you know, just ignore it, just forget about it. No, that is wrong. To sit back and do nothing and to be silent and let people just destroy our country and our way of life, this is good versus evil. This woke shit, it's evil, and it is trying.
No, you're evil. You're the one that's evil. Those that wants to see all people being treated with equality and dignity, they're not the ones that are evil. You know, you want to see Christian nationalism take root in America, and you want to go and see America bully countries around the world that sits there and just bat the eyelash the wrong way. That's the kind of person you are. You're the worst kind of person around. I literally hate people like you.
Trying to destroy America and civilization as we know it. So today, I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to make a statement for good versus evil, for normality versus wokeism. We are going to show this woke CEO that not every person in this world, not every American, not even close to every American is on board with this woke piece of shit agenda.
In other words, this guy wants to show you that in spite of the fact that he has a micro-size penis, that he's going to try to make up for it. Well, you'll see how he. And this is what these people do. They don't feel complete. They feel like less than a man. So they go and they want to shout and pretend how fucking alpha they are by being an obnoxious asshole. And you'll see what he's going to do here. And he's going to try to impress people with what he's going to do.
And I'm going to do this the most American way you could think of, with a big middle finger. We're going to ramble this thing with an M60. That woke piece of shit Harley I bought is now going to be target practice. America!
Watch this shit. So he's going to try to prove that he's going to try to prove that his penis is larger than just a grain of rice.
Woke bitches, this is America! That was pretty cool for the first wave, but what's more American than one M60? Two M60s, twins.
You know, I would hate to look at his search history on the computer. Just saying. That's all I got to say. I would hate to look through his search history.
Twin Rambo. Still not satisfied yet? How about the M134? 50 rounds a second, just destroying.
Okay. All right. There is a little bit of an entertainment value seeing how much of a fucking retard he is. He's this triggered that he's going to take a beautiful piece of machinery like Harley-Davidson. I don't own a motorcycle. It's just not part of my personality. But he's going to take a beautiful piece of history like Harley-Davidson, and he's going to go and destroy it because he's offended by somebody who desires a degree of tolerance and acceptance in our society. And I'm the crazy one because I think everybody ought to have health care, but this guy is considered rational. This is the kind of country we live in, folks. I mean, honestly, this is just so wrong. I mean, you're going to go and waste your money destroying property. If he's thinking he's offending Harley-Davidson, that he's actually harming them by buying their product and showing everybody, I'm going to show Harley by giving them money to go and destroy their product. Do you think that they're bothered by it? I don't think so.
So I've showed you guys American just badassness with Rambo. I've showed you American speed with the M134. Now we're going to show you American power. The Barrett M107, the McMillan Tech 50. These are American 50 BMGs. This is muscle. We're going to show that woke bike what's up with this.
I don't want to be partisan, and I'm going to do a video on this Trump mentality, this Trump movement in a couple of days. I have a surprise video that I'm going to be doing if it goes through probably Sunday night. But what I want to discuss, because the guy had a Trump hat on, is this. I never suffered from Trump derangement syndrome from Trump, the man himself. Because Donald Trump, being Donald Trump, he's a shit talker, what have you. And I don't think that MAGA is Donald Trump. MAGA is whoever is the head of this ugly political movement at the moment. Whoever's the head of the Republican Party at the moment. It could have been easily Ron DeSantis this year, or it could have been, 10 years ago, it was Mitt Romney. Or John McCain previously, and it was certainly George W. Bush, and at one time it was Bob Dole. It doesn't matter. whoever heads the movement, is the one that's head of this MAGA movement. It's the followers. It's the followers. It's assholes like this. That's the problem with this country. These people are just, unreachable. I mean, and they're the ones, they're so focused on the woke culture, and they don't see that they're behaving like the people they criticize worse, because for all the pink, purple hair kids out there on the college campuses who are whining about feelings and all of that, I don't think any of them wants to physically harm people, but the message here, and I'm a free speech guy. I bet you I support free speech 100 times more than this guy. But here's the thing: that the machine guns at the bike, it's a message. It's the same kind of message as Kid Rock did with the Bud Ice last year, because he got his little pussy in a twitch over Dylan Mulvaney advertising Bud Ice. Oh, how dare Dylan Mulvaney advertise Bud Ice, as if that's going woke. What trans people can't drink beer or something. Oh, they took something away from us. So apparently he thinks that Harley took something away from him.
So we've hit this thing with M60s, with M134 miniguns, with 50 cal rifles. Now we're going to hit it with everything at once and finish this thing off for good. Now we're about to turn this thing into a woke s'mores bar.
Woke ass Harley, say hello to my little friends.
It is unfortunate we had to do this. This is something I wasn't proud of.
That's the only thing I agree with him on. It is unfortunate. It's not just unfortunate. It's just downright fucking evil. I mean, not retarded. It's just retarded what he did, just to make a vicious partisan culture war point, when the real problems is economic inequality in this country. The real problem is climate change in this country. The real problems is the military industrial complex, in this country. The real problem is, and he'll probably will almost agree with me, but he'll have his nuance, and he'll be wrong from his nuance. But it would be the deep state. But he'll claim that the deep state is more friendly toward people like myself, which I promise you that's not the case. But anyway, this is the kind of shenanigans that he wants to go and prove to the world by having his little temper tantrum and place it in a YouTube video, and then he wants to act like he's for freedom. If you were for freedom, you could be anti-woke and say, I disagree with the Harley-Davidson CEO, but you know what? I'm an American, and this is where I stand. But no, what he did here, this is virtue signaling, meaning that if he had the power, he would actually inflict harm on people, in my opinion, who thinks differently. And he's not. There's a lot of people like that out there. There's a lot of people out there like that they will literally harm you for having a different opinion from them.
But I had to do it. Sometimes we got to stand up for things. Principles and morals have to override something cool to buy. When these
My morals are superior to yours, by the way.
woke ass CEOs like this one try to ruin our society, try to ruin America, we need to stand up for it. Because if you're silent,
if you're America, it needs to be ruined. If you represent America, my God, let's ruin it. Let's ruin it if you are the representation of America.
You're just as guilty. You know who to vote for in 2024. Let's save America again. Yeah.
We all know how I like the jackass stuff. Next video is going to be the bloopers of this one. And trust me, you won't be disappointed. Well-fed American is a well-fed biker. This is going to be a good one. I'll have it out in the next week or two. Make sure you hit like, make sure you comment, and make sure
No. I'm not going to hit like. I'm not going to do that. And I commented, but I'm not going to hit like. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to say he's a fucking retard once again. As I said, this is kind of mentality. I mean, they don't care about poverty. They don't care about those who are unfortunate. They care about what they consider some kind of what they perceive as some kind of way about America's past that never really existed to begin with. And again, I mean, I don't care what people going to think when I say this. I hate people like that. And I don't, and that sounds negative. I try not to hate anybody, but it's people like that that I despise. I mean, I don't even, I have actually tried to have dialogues with people like that in the past and try to meet them halfway, and you can't have a conversation with these people. I mean, they will just take whatever talking point and they will just throw it around and all they will do is just get my blood pressure high. So they exist. They have a right to be an asshole, but I have a right to criticize them, and I just needed to get that out of my chest. So let's go and talk to everyone here on the chat line. All right. See. Okay. All right. Let's go scrolling back to the top here. Okay. We have we have Kamashari Kate. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. So this is where I can find the dirtbag leftist. Yep. Let's see here. Cultural appropriation and or skin makeup, says Chuck Intergalactic UFOs show. And I'm just going to say Kate. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rick Salas. You helped me out there. How are you doing, Rick? Let's see. Okay. And Kate says here, time to put up some brandy and whipping cream in my coffee. Yeah, I'm actually going to get a cup of coffee on the way to work. Okay, let's see. Warren says, did you say whipping Kate? Well, at this point, the GOP is imploding since Kamala Harris. I like that. Kamala Harris has gotten into the race, and they went full culture war again. Yeah, I mean, it's still too soon to tell what's going to happen, but they have lost their morale's gotten very low lately. Rick's let's see, hello, yeah, let's see. I'm officially canceling culture. I'm officially canceling culture itself. Nobody do anything cultured. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. The whole electorate went right wing. Fortunately, most of the country doesn't vote, so plenty of workers to unite with. And we have to. That's what we have to do. We have to talk to the American workers and let them know, if they can be reached, that that we have to unite as unite as one. Some kind of general strike down the road. I would love to see a general strike. Yeah, and this is the American flag. I bet you he'd be pissed off if somebody was torching the American flag like that. Breaking: Harley-Davidson to change their name to David's daughter. There you go. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. All right. I used to ride Harleys and belong to ABATE, a brotherhood of bikers against totalitarian enactments. I need to pick up a few pounds so I can ride a Harley. I'm seeing some skinny bikers around and all that. Did someone say communism? I'm surprised that man in the Columbia War Machine can even pronounce the word communist or spell it. These are the same types that say that Waltz is a DEI hire by Kamala Harris. Yep, that's so true. You take that back. The CIA is the backbone of this nation, says Snipe Hunter. That's actually a private joke, but I will share that private joke. Snipe Hunter and myself went to the same college, and we're not going to say a friend, but we knew a right-wing person who was a caricature. And when you hear me sound like a Southern right-wing ignoramus, you hear it may sound like this. You hear me have this crackling right-wing voice. Well, anybody who knew this guy would tell you I sounded just like him, and he was right-wing as hell, Republican all the way, and in every conceivable way. This guy had a big Jesse Helms banner in his dorm room. I'm not kidding you. For those y'all don't know who Jesse Helms was, he was this right-wing segregationist senator from North Carolina. Anyway, a mutual friend of Snipe Hunters and myself had a history class called U.S. History since 1945, and the professor said something snarky about the CIA, and he got up and he told the professor, "You take that back. The CIA is the backbone of our country." And the whole class apparently just busted out laughing. I mean, they just thought he was a dumbass. Yeah, he was actually. The guy that I doubt he'll ever watch this video or anything. The guy was named Brant. So anyway, if you have the money, that is the issue for them. Most people just want the price of food lowered. Yeah, and that's so true, Rick. And that guy in that video looks like he has no problem with his budget when it comes to eating. What regular Joe can own a Harley? Yep. Exactly, Rick. Ain't none of us can afford a Harley. This is some elitist hillbilly bullshit. Very true, Warren. Very true. Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down and see if there's any more newcomers here. Ed Heller, how are you today? A box of rocks has slightly higher level of intelligence. If you're referring to Columbia War Machine, you are very correct. Um, you are very correct. Jimmy, how are you today? You said pussy. Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah. Let's see here. I can see a dickhead and management type texting this crap to each other. Yeah, actually, he kind of reminds me of somebody I knew from my workplace. I never had the displeasure to work with, but this guy did not like me, and I did not like him, and he kind of reminds me of that person, which is part of the reason why I was a little bit on the trigger side as well. So anyway, and Warren's going to be on Around the World with D and Friends at 9 o'clock. So be sure to check that out and all. And on Labor Day, I believe that's on Monday. On Labor Day, Shane Coughlin is going to be guest on the Willie Bragg Show. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be discussing MMT, and I have a very surprise video that I'll probably be showing. Oh, maybe in the early evenings, Sunday evenings, probably about 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm not sure what time yet. Maybe at midnight Eastern Standard Time. You'll see it posted whenever I get the energy to go ahead and decide on a time to put it up. But suffice to say, the Willie Bragg Show is on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the schedule these days. Braglands, 5 o'clock every Tuesday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And be sure to watch all our pals. As I said, Warren's going to be on Around the World with D and Friends. Be sure to check out Around the World with D and Friends. Check out Extra Bulla. That's Warren's channel as well, and support independent media as much as possible. If you like what you heard, please press like and comment. Comment any way you disagree with what I have to say. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As the First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you that we're the muckrakers of our time. Reject corporate media and subscribe to the Willie Bragg Show on all my appropriate platforms. Remember to also let's go ahead and see to it that Ed Snowden is fully freed and pardoned, and that Julian Assange is fully pardoned. Free Palestine, free healthcare for all, and free speech for all. Even though it might make Elon Musk mad, because we all know Elon Musk doesn't believe in free speech. Y'all take care. I will talk to y'all later. I have to go to work in a short while, unfortunately. That's capitalism. Bye-bye.